welcome.
Welcome back to Michal Peace Theater, where we listen to new music together and hopefully discover something that we'll love. With your friendly neighborhood singing coach, Michal Tauber. Hello there, singing friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction request from Lores, and they write, "Hey Michal, here's a request to Ofra Haza, Songs of Shepherds and Lovers from 1983. The song is a medley of 4 songs." All right, so let's jump right in and check it out. I'm super excited. As I've mentioned before, Ofra Haza is one of my favorite singers. So this is very exciting.
סביב השקיפה עיני תגמה המרחקים ארץ רוגעת בדמי הליל ראש אומר מה מילל חליל רואים ירון קולשים מדרי הצאן מלי ומיליות כנען רוח מימהמה בין שיבולי קמה מלי ומיליות כנען ערב שחר פי הבאר וריבת מלי כד אור חמה נוטף עובר דמי הרים סודות לי חד מלאך בתירה דקדך ועינייך כבאר לי קטע לחם כידך מעדרי לבבי ערב שחר פי הבאר וריבת מלי כד אור חמה נוטף עובר דמי הרים סודות לי חד מלאך בתירה דקדך ועינייך כבאר לי קטע לחם כידך מעדרי לבבי.
I'm sorry, I'll back it up in a second. I'm sorry to pause it. There's just not a good spot. And I don't want to get flagged by YouTube for letting it run for too long. So that was 2 songs. The first one was called Shir Shel Shomer, I think, Song of the Guard. And I really liked the instrumentation of that song. I loved the build, how it started with the drums. It had the piano first, right? The kind of like classical piano. And it was very dramatic because the left hand was doing these like octaves, you know, and going back and forth. And then the drums were kind of doing a similar thing with brushes, right? And it almost sounded like the susurration of like insects at the end of summer, you know, when you like hear all of the cicadas and it just like creates this kind of like white noise, kind of rhythmic pulsing. And so I really like that. And then when her voice came in, she's so consistent in that her clarity of her voice is so distinctive, you know? So even now, like you can hear with me, I just woke up, I had coffee, I've got a little bit of like phlegm and like graveliness. Sometimes I slip into vocal fry. She never had any of that when she was singing. She had such a pure, clear tone, and her voice just sounded so healthy always, you know? And then the other thing that is distinctive of her singing is her ornaments are so complex, right? Her silulim, she has so many notes, and yet she executes them so perfectly. She never has anything that's like pitchy or running one note into another. Every note is distinct and has its own place. So both of those things are so remarkable about her singing. And then we went into the Shepherd's song here, which is the second one. And then it changed up and it became more of like an ethnic sounding arrangement. It had the stress on the offbeat, right? Almost like a polka or something. And then you had like a trumpet, right? So it was an interesting musical arrangement, interesting instrumentation. But again, even though the energy of this one is different, there's more momentum, it's more lively, and you have the background vocals supporting her, and it definitely sounds more, I don't want to say ethnic, but it kind of does, you know what I mean? Like tribal, or like, I don't know, just like more folky, I guess you could say. There still is that consistency where she's doing all of these ornaments and her voice is so accurate, like she's just nailing all of those figures. All right, so let's continue. Very, very cool. I really like the lyrics to this one. I love that idea of wanting somebody to drink from you and slake their thirst. That's such an erotic kind of intimate image. And I also like that I would run to you like an ambush. I think that's a great lyric. And, you know, with translation, it's always tricky. You don't know if that's exactly the word that they would use, you know, but it's very, very beautiful in translation. And I noticed that, first of all, her vibrato is always like very, very even, very healthy sounding. And then the accelerando, right, is getting faster and faster in terms of tempo, and yet her accuracy never decreases. Her upper range she has a great facility up there, and she's really able to access her light notes and still have this very like connected tone, very bright, very light, very clear. So I'm really enjoying it. I think that was the third song. And also, even though this is like a medley, everything flows together so seamlessly. So that's really nice as well. It's almost difficult to tell where one song ends and one song begins.
فقدت هيام بها ليلة كبر بارس بقدرت أوفلي ردها يوم فقدت هيام بها ليلة كبر بارس بقدرت أوفلي أدور تقول لي شمش لي التقور ليومي بليلي وبكريلي تموليلي بربيلي ليومي بليلي وبكريلي تموليلي بربيلي ردها يوم فقدت هيام بها ليلة كبر بارس بقدرت أوفلي
Very, very cool. So with that last song, that definitely sounded very tribal. The beat sounded like something that you would hear with somebody like belly dancing to it, right? The drums and everything. And talk about her versatility and her accuracy with her singing. That was a lot of notes. I mean, if you were to slow it down to 0.75 speed and really listen to how many notes are in there in each figure, right? It's like, it's like a Bach fugue or something, right? But she's doing it so quickly and so accurately. And of course, this is, before autocorrect and all of the tricks in the studio that people have now. And she just was such a good singer. She was so technically perfect. And her voice was so beautiful. And it's also nice to see the photographs of her as well, because she was such a distinctive beauty. So yeah, I thought it was awesome. I really, really liked it. I always love hearing Ofra. She's such an amazing artist, and just her musicality and the passion with which she sings, her dynamics and everything are amazing. But I'm continually stunned by the health of her tone and her timbre and her ability to sing really complex musical melodies and structures and ornaments and riffs and runs, and just do it with such accuracy. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for the recommendation, Loris, and hopefully you enjoyed my reaction. I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care, and of course, happy singing. Bye.